Alright guys, today we have a little bit of a update for our body kit. This right here is the truck that we've been showing you guys that we will be transforming to look just like this one right here, but with the pre-runner kit. So today I got some errands I gotta go do. Then later on I can work on the body kit so we can continue to make this one a body kit that you guys can use to make your truck GMT 800 with 99 to 07 truck have a pre-runner face and a bed liner for the new trucks. You'll be able to use the headlights, the grill, the backlights, the bumpers, everything you guys need. So alright, so today we got to do some errands. This week I got my guys occupied. So from my construction company, we have one job that just came in. It's a medium big job, but some of my guys are occupied on previous jobs. So I'm gonna go take a look at it, see if I can do this job myself or if I will need another hand. It seems like we have quite a few sheets of ceiling drywall to install. So gotta go check it out, see how much material. I also have some stuff that I need to send out on UPS for some other projects that we got going on. Send them out and see if they'll fit, if they'll work, if we need a refinement, and then they'll send it back and get some adjustments. But for our first kit that we have, which is gonna be the 1500 series for the GMT 800 truck, we are almost done, but we started blocking it and we broke through the gel coat that we had. So on our previous content videos that we made, I mentioned it was a brand new product. So technically it is not necessarily a brand new product, but it's still a gel coat, but it's from a different company and they have a few different chemicals on it, and they allow you to add this additive that will allow you to have like twice or three times more of a solid, harder surface, and you can polish that one just by buffing it, and just on its own you can bring it up to a mirror finish and it's completely buffed out. When you add your wax or your PVA release, it'll just be like trying to release something from a mirror, with as most ease of removal as possible, because we've been doing a lot of work in order to get our system ready for production, and we want to have the minimum issues when we are already in production. The last thing we'd want is maybe a broken mold or a damaged piece that we're creating for a customer. Like I've mentioned to you guys before, you will be able to get gel coats. That'll be the finish that you guys select. So we'll have like white, orange, red, blue, green, like some of the typical colors. We might try to do like 2 tints of every color so you guys can choose. Not like a million colors all in between and stuff, but definitely so you guys have something that'll kind of match your build. So if you're going for like a blue paint job, obviously in the meantime you guys still probably have engine work, cage work, turbos, whatever you're doing to your truck, whether it's a lifted truck or a lower truck. Our body kit will allow you to run the brand new headlights of whatever system that you get, the 1500, 2500, Bison, and all the different year variants in between. So we're just trying to make sure that you guys get something that's protected, durable since the moment that you remove it out of the crate. That way, if it takes a couple months for you to get to paint, finish, stuff like that, you are protected during that time. Also, just handling and install alone will, it needs to be strong enough for it to resist a couple scratches and stuff, depending if you're installing yourself or a professional shop is installing for you. Another question we had was that we keep getting is, how is the hood gonna open? And right now everything is created as a custom body kit, so no fixed attachment points are gonna come on the body kit. You will have to get, because we don't know if 90% of our customers or 2% of our customers are gonna be using OEM mounts, the OEM brackets and stuff. So it's just a brand new fender, no attachments. You would have to create tabs, anchor points, frames, everything for that. It could be something minor where we could invest in trying to look for a few spots where we can provide to you guys, like the mounting on the doors. I know that you get 2 brackets that they hold the door and they also hold the fender. So we could use those tabs and give you like a few mounting brackets that will attach to the fender. That'll take some of the guesswork, and that's something that most people can use. So everyone doing a pre-runner are still gonna run. Most of the people are still gonna run a door. So that same bracket is probably not gonna get cut off. So that's something that we can provide and plan that most of the people are gonna use. You know, we don't want to put in a whole bunch of time and effort into producing a system, and then we only get like 5 to 10 people that need it, and then everyone else is like, don't worry about that, I have a full engine cage and I don't need that. So that's what we're trying to avoid. Not because we don't want to, but it's a hit and miss with that. We could expect most people to want to do an OEM bolt-on style, but we could end up that most people don't even care about a bolt-on system. So we've been trying to figure that out, but if we do make some brackets, we'd be very interested to see, would you guys want us to make like just a mild steel brackets that attach to the fenders and then attach to your door, to your truck? Or would you guys want like some billet parts, which should be pretty simple? We have to find the contours of the panel relevant to the brackets and then just make them, test fit them, and if we want them in billet, we just have to send those files out. So if you guys would be interested, is that something you guys would want to see, or is that something you guys be interested for? For the hinges, I need to test a few systems out, because I know that depending on what we go with, I've seen some people use like the OEM hood latch, and that creates too much pressure, where like on fiberglass at least, it starts to create like a kind of like an indentation on the hood, because you need to have some sort of like security pressure holding the latch tight on the latch onto the latch bolt. So I've seen it kind of warp a little bit, but I don't know if that'll be with like some adjustments of the side of the hood so it's not being pressed down. I would have to test that out quite a bit to see if it's safe to even try it on, because if it's out of alignment for somebody's truck, if their truck is out of alignment to the hood, then positioning would be very difficult, and that would already probably set you guys up for a little bit of conflicting pressures on the kit itself. Last thing we want is that we try to shoot for that, making it easy for you guys, but then we cause some sort of interference and your body kit gets damaged, and we wouldn't be responsible for that, because there's so much things that can, so many variants that can cause this. So I know from my truck, I plan on doing a kind of like the I think old school Mercedes, Jaguars, even like the Dodge Viper, where the hood folds forward. That's what I plan on doing on my Pennywise truck, which is the truck that I showed you guys just recently. But since we are doing since we are going to be bringing out the 2500 style and the Bison style at some point, I think I will experiment with each one will have a different hood system. For example, the Pennywise, I think I'll leave the fenders in place. On my what was it, on my very first prototype, I had the engine and the fenders still connected as one piece, but they would just cut in the back like a true pre-runner, and the whole thing, the whole shell was swing forward with the headlights integrated, so even the headlights would swing forward. That's what I had originally on my Duramax, and I know at some point I want to do that on one of them. I might wait until I do like the final variant or the body kit for the Bison edition one, and I might do it on that one. So I'm assuming that my process is probably gonna be Pennywise is gonna have a hood that swings open like the Dodge Viper. The 2500 variant, when we get to it, will probably have a hood that opens up, trying to use the OEM brackets and flow system. And then on the very last one, we'll use the entire clamshell to swing open entirely on its own. So I think that's what I'm gonna shoot for as my design plan. So if you guys are interested, we'll be testing each one of those out. when we bring a new system, because at the time that we start developing those new systems is when we have a little bit of a play on creating new brackets, you know, making cutouts and repairs. We definitely don't want to be testing out on like for example on a customer's hood or on our final renderings. Pennywise will be done on a forged carbon. We can't express the finish on it yet, because that's supposed to be a surprise. That might be an integration of some new style of forged carbon. And then the other trucks, it'll be just a play of maybe carbon, fiber, Kevlar, some other things that we got coming out. So stay tuned. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll be reading the comments to see what you guys have. Installation questions, fitment questions. We have a few people who are asking if this will fit like on a new body style Tahoes, and we expect that it should. The front, the doors all line up exactly the same, but obviously you guys don't have bedsides. You guys have unibody kind of system. It's not a unibody, I know that, but right? It might be, I don't know. But we would just have to find a way to attach the fenders onto the truck. That's the only thing. Like, we might have to at some point get a test truck or a Tahoe so we can do some modification and apply our body kit to the truck, because obviously you have the door right exactly where the bedside flows onto the cab. On our kit, you have a space behind the cab, and then you have, say, 1 or 2 feet before you have to, you know, transition into anything. And we would definitely have to do something for the door on the Tahoes. So if I get a lot of people asking for Tahoe setups, then yeah, we can definitely get a hold of a Tahoe, start with our fenders already, mold it onto the Tahoe body, and then sculpt it into it for it to fit onto the body properly and flow. And we would have to do, I think they do the same thing for like the Chargers and the Chargers, because the Hellcats are 2 doors, or were 2 doors. But the Chargers had 4 doors, and with the Widebody and the Trackhawks, I think specifically, I think they have a bit of a body kit that goes on the door and then just kind of covers it so there's not a gap. So we'll have to do something like that and just develop something brand new. So let me know if that's something that you guys are interested. What are you guys planning to run this on? And I know this is not for everybody. We get tons of messages. Some people are like, go buy a new truck. Obviously, I got the brand new truck. I've had a 2019 RST 4-door. So we've had it, you know, obviously nothing wrong with them, but they're great trucks. They're comfortable. They got all the built-in music and stuff like that. But at the same time, it costs so much to do anything to these new trucks, and if you do anything without knowing the right procedure, you go into service mode, you go into limp mode, and then you gotta go visit the dealership anyways. So with the older trucks, the platforms, I had like 2 or 3 different Silverados in my lifetime, and everything was a breeze. I can take the entire stereo apart and still drive it if you didn't put it together. You could, you know, wire your own sound system. You can change the engine and run absolutely fine. And with all the electronics, the safety and new stuff and comfort, but it becomes a headache. And sometimes these things fail. The more things you have on a truck, the more chances of those small things failing on you. And they're extremely expensive. So that's why we created and we started with this product. We want to offer everybody a better option, because there's tons of Silverados out there for the first GMT 800 series. There's tons of support. There's superchargers, there's turbos, there's engine replacements, there are Holley ECUs, there's just everything. Everything's already on the market. So we figured they haven't exactly died off, but definitely give them another chance to stay in the market. They have a lot of potential. They have a lot of reliability on them, so they're still good. They still have potential, and everyone still has 1 or 2 in their family. So you might come across one, they're inexpensive, and now you can build your entire setup the way you want them. And well, from my understanding, it seems like a lot of people would be running pre-runners with on the new trucks, but there seems to be a lot of conflict on getting them to work properly with all the sensors, like I mentioned. So this seems like this might be a fix for people who wants the new style face look and still be able to get a long travel or mid travel truck and have fun on them. You know, unless you're going and buying a TRX or a full Raptor from Ford and from Dodge, It seems that everyone in the Chevy era or platform doesn't get to enjoy their long travel trucks because things just don't line up. Things are not happy with each other with the sensors and ECUs. So this is my take at it. Let me know what you guys think. What should we work on next? Do you guys have a car, a truck, SUV? It seems like SUVs and minivans are kind of making a big hit. A little bit on the mid-size trucks instead of the full-size trucks, but definitely SUVs and minivans are making a comeback right now. It would be pretty interesting if we get a lot of requests for minivans or something. That'd be kind of cool. Gonna see what we can do with that. But all right, man, that's it. We're at Home Depot. I gotta get some new material for a job for tomorrow. Get some returns that I have some extra material for some stuff that I had in the projects of ShadowBuild, and then drop off these things I need to send out. Go look at that job, and then we'll be back at ShadowBuild. Get some good progress for you guys.